Hello and welcome back to your one and only source. We're your hosts.
My name is Phoebe.
My name is Caroline, and today we are recapping the long-awaited Season 1, Episode 15 of Gossip Girl, called
Desperately Seeking Serena.
Guys, she's here. Tell Jesus the bitch is back. Georgina Sparks is gracing our screens, gracing our podcast today. We've officially, I think, met like most of the, or all of the main players, really.
I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, that are like constants throughout the entire show. I think, yeah.
Can't think of anyone else.
Yeah, I think this is it. So, really quick before we start, I just have to tell you one hilarious thing Dad said at dinner. I just came from dinner with my parents, and Dad's like, okay, so we were watching this show. It's called DTF St. Louis. He goes, I'm not going to tell you what DTF means. You will find out. Mom's like, Chris, I think they know what DTF. And I was like,
I'm obsessed with you. Listen, the punchline when you get there is worth it. I'm not going to tell you what it means.
He's like, I'm not gonna say what it means. You will find out. And it was like, I was like, is it? And Mom's like, Chris, they know what it means. And he was like, oh, and I was like, does it mean down to fuck? He's like, yes. And I was just like, it's so I was like thinking maybe it meant something else, like in the context of the show, that I wouldn't already know what DTF meant. But literally, Dad, you gotta watch DTF St. Louis. I'm not gonna tell you what it means. You will find out. Oh my God. I was like, hang on, I have to write something down.
You will find out is so funny.
We'll find out.
Mom and Dad are getting to, I'm not going to say getting to this age, which is what everybody was, it was literally filling in the blank, and that's on you. But that says more about you than it says about me.
Phoebe to put it says a hit on our parents by saying,
no, that actually says way more about you, Caroline, than it says about me.
Phoebe,
I was going to say that my parents are getting to this point in their relationship.
Oh my God. Twin. Our parents.
Did you like your birthday post, by the way?
Yes.
I had to include that video. I had to include that video.
Yeah, that video was, I think, where I was like, and I might have, and I might have stopped.
That's why it was last.
Right. It's a reward.
But guys, hey, that video, if you can even believe it, I told Caroline it was a picture.
Well, I
was kind of waiting for, I actually was waiting for her to do the tip of the hat, and then I remembered that I told her it was a picture, and then it was like too late, but.
When you were in the middle of taking the video.
Yeah.
I thought you meant, okay. Anyway, you were saying.
They're getting to this point in their relationship where they are, like, just the things that they'll say that they do, or like when we call them, like for example, our parents have matching bandages on their cheeks this week.
They both had things removed at the dermatologist. Well, get this, Fee. So I go in to the dinner. I'm sitting there. Mom's got a band-aid on her cheek. I go in
like it's a doctor's appointment. Dinner with your parents.
Mom's got a band-aid on her cheek. Dad is no longer wearing a band-aid, but I did notice the spot on his face yesterday. I was like, Caroline, you better not say anything. And but confirmed it was a spot. And then Mom's like, Chris, do you already know what you're eating? He's like, yeah, I knew before we got here. And she's like, okay, then can I borrow your glasses? And so then she takes his glasses to read the menu. I was like, you guys have matching facial wounds. You're using the same pair of glasses. Like,
and then just like the shows that they watch, like Mom will, it's like, even though I had heard of DTF, I've heard of that show because it's like David Harbour and I think
yes, yeah,
Bateman, the guy from
Jason
Ozark.
Bateman, yep.
I had heard of that show, but they will every so often. I'll be on the phone with Mom, and she will be like, as if it's the HBO Sunday night show.
Yes.
She'll be like,
you will have to watch Task.
Oh my God. Task is exactly what I was thinking.
Yep.
Like,
it'll watch Task.
Oftentimes, like, the thing with DTF is like it is an HBO show. I'm sure Rooster is next on their list. Like they're going to work their way through those shows.
And Rooster, that's the biopic about Miss Hannigan's brother and Annie.
I wish.
I just want to make sure we're on the same.
Better.
When are we going to get that with Dan Levy playing Rooster?
Wait, that's.
And I need her name?
And
Annie,
Rachel Sennett,
Annie, whatever, to be Lily St. Regis.
Well, and Rachel
I know
Sennett
they played
has to be Miss Hannigan.
Who?
Rachel Sennett has to be Miss Hannigan.
Okay.
I'm pissed Rachel Sennett isn't in that show.
We're going to get into the episode in just a minute here, but I do want to tell you all, what is that show called? Bad Mistakes? Big Mistakes?
Big Mistakes.
Big Mistakes on Netflix. It's the new Dan Levy show. It's written by Dan Levy and Rachel Sennett. I will say,
Let's just call it the new Dan Levy show, because I just want to give Rachel Sennett her flowers. It says created by Dan Levy and Rachel Sennett.
Yes. And she's not in it.
But hey guys, I don't like to do this. I love to do it. I have been on the Rachel Sennett train since before Shiva Baby, and it has paid off.
She was addicted to poppers, okay?
And it has paid off.
It has. But, and you're not going to like this, I know you want her to be Morgan in the show, which
I hear it. I hear her.
But I think that she would be the other sister.
And that is called short hair prejudice, because they both have a short bob, dark curly hair. You know who has the
shortest hair? Dan Levy. So no, Phoebe, it's not. That's not what that is.
Okay, it's. I'm trying to.
Phoebe goes, I can't believe that in this show I'm the Dan Levy character. I was like, yeah, that is different for you.
It is.
Because when I first heard of Dan Levy, it was, oh my God, Caroline, have you watched Schitt's Creek? You remind me so much of the brother.
I was like literally, Caroline could do Schitt's Creek in like a Jekyll and Hyde kind of way, where she is both Alexis
on the way the wind
and
blows.
David, and actually like even more like a one-woman play. She could be every character.
Do we have any people with deep pockets listening right now? Let's get this on Broadway.
The important distinction is it's not a one-woman play, but Caroline is playing three roles.
It's a musical. It's a one-woman musical.
Caroline is playing obviously David, obviously Alexis, and of course Moira. Our father is playing Eugene.
And the whole thing is just an experiment so I can fuck with them. Because that's all it was for Dan Levy. He said, my dad hates being wet. Let's have a drip. Let's have a drip in episode 3. A drip right on his head. I just need to be able to say the line, who put this picture of a ghost on my desk? I just need to be able to say that line. I think that's one of the funniest things I've ever seen on TV. An ultrasound being on Moira's desk and her saying, who put this picture of a ghost on? I have two children.
I want to see Caroline do the scene where it's Moira finding out that she's dead from Alexis, like her having to play both of those roles. I think kind of would be,
oh my God, what a challenge.
Super fascinating. But to close out this section of things, I do just want to say I was listening to the Lena Dunham episode of Last Coach.
What a gift. Finding out that some of those lines were improvised is crazy.
I feel the same way I felt when we listened to the Allison Williams episode, but I was reminded of how good the line is that is, you're really mean when you're drunk. It's crazy.
It's crazy. And that being improvised.
Like, that is, and apparently, do you want to hear something crazy?
I'll be the judge of that, if it's crazy or not.
The airline stewardess named Elodie improvised.
That's what I just was saying.
Oh.
I thought you said some of these lines were improvised.
I thought you said you didn't listen.
No, I did listen. And finding out that the name Elodie was an improvisation is
that's how you know like,
it
is just her brain. Like it's her brain in a way that like she's
Matt
one
Rogers
of her last.
Said it in the beginning of the episode. He was like, the way that you've made us appreciate words, and I'm like, and that's it.
And just like detail, like even when she's telling the story of them being at the Apple event, and she's like, I'm standing there, my heels are digging into the sod.
My heels
I'm just
exactly.
Like,
I see you like a mother wolf who's been separated from her calf and then sees them at the end of the movie. And that's how I felt seeing you guys at that event. I'm like, and how did we get there? I know they'll never do it, but I would just love to see her on SNL, mostly because I want the opening monologue. I want her monologue. She just, her brain. But anywho, happy 14 years of girls.
Man, I hope they do something big for 15.
I hope so too. They do something big for 15. We do something big for 5. And okay, it's a collab. Whatever.
Wait, the big thing that they do is that they come on our podcast.
They come
for
on
some
the
reason.
Only Source, the Gossip Girl podcast. They're like, wait, we thought this was a girls podcast. It's a Gossip Girl. It's honestly the same thing.
Hey, for this hour and a half to however long you give us.
Call
it's
me
whatever
Elodie.
you want.
Call me Elodie. And what was the other girl? Weather? What was the girl? Season. The girl's name was Season.
I remember getting that text
Season,
from Caroline.
I go by Elodie.
Because Caroline was like a couple episodes or maybe even a season ahead of me. And she said, there is a point where you're going to meet a girl named Season.
And that whole storyline is so funny. Like, I'm sorry, that show is just, oh my God, it's so good.
Well,
and I liked
the
also,
part...
okay, we cannot keep talking about this, but I also liked how Matt was like, it's kind of like the Sex and the City girls, the way that like you will be every single one of them at some point in your life. And I
agree.
I love that.
Well, I liked what Matt said when he was like, I was watching that scene, or he was like, I remember watching it live and getting to the episode where you you steal someone else's grief story in the cemetery. And he's like, and this is what I love about Matt and like Bowen, we love you. But sometimes Bowen doesn't share
he doesn't want to
the
be
same kind of vulnerability that Matt's willing to. And so Matt being like, I was looking back on that the other day and I was like, the reason I was so uncomfortable was because I maybe saw a little bit of myself in that behavior.
It is amazing that she was able to be so self-aware and then also remove herself from it enough to write that show at that age.
Matt was like, that's the thing that everybody talks about with girls is like, how can you really write it when you're in it? She just did it.
For lack of a better term, y'all, she did it. She did the thing.
She did the damn thing. She put her hair in a messy bun. She put on some gangsta rap. And she handled it. She
got shit done. And she handled it.
She handled it.
Well, I've seen it done both ways, but you're right. Well, I've seen messy bun getting shit done. So,
yes, I was referencing a different.
Speaking of messy buns, what other hairstyle is there when you're prepping for the SAT? There's just not one.
And that's so true. And you know what that makes me picture? None other than it's a Hannah Marin. Marin season
Queen
1 through 2 to 3, long, beautiful blonde hair, putting it in the messy bun,
hanging out.
Mm-hmm. And we see them ordering that Chinese takeout.
The most idealistic messy bun you could imagine. The messy bun you saved on Pinterest and you were like, recreate this for school tomorrow. That was actually Hannah Marin's whole thing.
100%. And they should have let her fucking roots grow out. When I watch these seasons, I am like, we were so blind. We were so blind.
Things she was going through right before our eyes, even.
It was.
And you know who never had that issue though, which is crazy, is Blake Lively on Gossip Girl.
I know. I think it's
and they were doing it to her hair too. I wonder if she had a.
But do you think I don't know if they were bleaching it as heavy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
she had more.
At
of that
a certain point, they started really like cooling down the tone of Hannah's hair. And I think that's where and that happened to Niall Horan too when he was in One Direction.
Lots of people. It's the bleach. It's the bleach that does it. And if you're comfortable having a little gold, a little bit of brassy hues in your hair,
which I think that looks a lot better than the bleach.
Yeah, I do too. It's really just doesn't look good when you do the bleach and then you let that bleach get brassy.
Exactly.
But like your hair, and Serena van der Woodsen's hair was always like that dirty blonde gold.
Mm-hmm. It just looked natural on her.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to liken myself to Blake Lively in any way, but like I do think the
Phoebe
way that
does this all the time. Phoebe's always like, one thing that Blake Lively and I have in common. Well, one of the many things I should say. Yeah.
The legs. The legs for days.
The height. I mean, hello. Every time I'm like, okay, how will I know what this outfit will look like on my body? I just Google, I say ChatGPT, here's a picture of Blake Lively, and here's the outfit. Show me, and then it's like looking in a mirror. It's like looking in a freaking mirror. I'll know exactly how long the inseam needs to be, if I need to get it hemmed.
Oftentimes I think that, and you growing up too, we had kind of the same. It's different when you are a kid. When you're a kid growing up with like more of the super, super like white blonde. You feel like you're always chasing after that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like impossible to replicate.
Yeah.
Our tone, it was always the best thing when you would sit down to get your hair cut and they'd say,
they were like, you've never
this is natural?
Your hair?
I'm like, I know. Yeah, babe. It is.
Babe, it is. Except for now I do color my hair, but anyway, all right. So we start with a montage of the high school junior class basically having a series of existential crises as they prep for the SAT. God, do you remember?
No, I was actually just going to say this. and maybe this is like, maybe I just wasn't. I do think there was a difference in how your, pardon my language, your generation
Holy shit.
attacked standardized testing. I think that by the time I was going through standardized testing,
There were
it
only 2
felt-
sections again.
well, also it was like lower stakes because so many schools were test optional, and also it was when we were getting into like the dialogue of like how much the tests
Which
really
is how
matter,
it should
but like
be, because like a standardized test is just, it's not one size fits all. Like it just isn't. Like just like the PSSAs or whatever you take in school, I guess it's just in PA, but it's like you have your standardized test, and it's like it's actually just a test to see how good the teacher is doing, and like how like, but it's like
Well, not
it's not
even that
actually how
sometimes.
smart are you.
it's also like, what if
Did you memorize it? You know, like that. Like it's
Did
that.
you memorize it? And then also, are you a kid who doesn't do well under pressure? Are you a kid
Exactly.
who needs a little bit longer to comprehend?
Like we all have different learning styles. We should
Well, I
have
mean,
different
you even
testing
see it. You
styles.
see it with Dan, who we know to be a smart kid, and he is struggling to do it in the time allotted. And then you get to college, and you
I
never
thought you
have
meant
to
your
take it.
friend Dan. I was like, way to
No,
put him on
imagine.
blast, by the way.
No, I actually like can't even think about what Dan got on
Probably
the
got on his
ACT.
SATs. Yeah.
It like makes me sick to my stomach.
Yeah. In fact, let's just get out of that world as soon as we can.
But
yeah,
no, I meant Dan Humphrey. We know him to be a smart kid as much as it annoys us, but he is
Mhm.
smart and he can't do it in the time. But then the thing is you get to college and you never actually have to do that again.
No one asks you, and no one asks. It doesn't
They
even
might ask you
matter
like
for
a
some
party,
schools.
like when everyone's drunk. It's like a fun
Yeah.
thing to be like, what did you get? But then what I mean
Yeah.
more so is like you get to college and so many tests are open note. So many, like, it's not, the stakes suddenly feel so much lower. And it's like, well, why did I have to do all that to get in here then?
Yeah. Anyway, a little different when you were an English major and all your tests were actually just writing papers. So,
Yeah, but did you ever have to take a math test that was timed?
yeah, and I don't want to, Phoebe, I don't want to talk about math at all. Literally at all. So anyway, we're back to this. So Gossip Girl has little quotes for each of the people as they're studying. Dan's is, quote, humility becomes self-doubt. Blair's is striving becomes obsession. Serena's is some are driven to self-medication, but she's just drinking coffee. And then for Isabel, Penelope, and Hazel, others cling to the security of being part of a group. All their different styles. We have to stop and show some appreciation for Blair Waldorf's flashcards. Did you notice how gorgeous they were? Guys, imagine a really thick piece of cardstock, okay? 2 pieces of cardstock on either side of like a gold metallic scalloped edge, perfect square. And then we have like this gorgeous burgundy serif font with the flashcard. Like they were so gorgeous. I was like, honestly, agog. I was aghast. I was like, why do I want to go take the SAT now? Just to use Blair Waldorf's flashcards. They're so cute. And there was nothing really more satisfying than like making a set of flashcards and being like,
That was always the best part of studying, was like I loved making my notes look
the
cute.
preparation for the study.
And,
But
like,
that is
I
part
would,
of the
like-
studying, babe.
I would like get new markers, but then it's like, okay, am I just gonna do this 10 more times until I remember? I'm not gonna look at
Yes.
this ever again.
Oh, well, I was a flashcard girl.
No. I mean like for finals, like for history, I would like do like full notebook spreads.
Yeah, me too. And then I would just
But
read
it's
them
like-
out loud.
Yeah, but I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to do the fun, like make things look
I would do this with my mind. Click.
Yeah, don't
Click.
brag.
I
Pissing
love
me
it
off.
though.
Pissing
I love
me
it
off.
though. Chuck Bass says paying somebody else to take the test for him. The like psychosis that would course through my body if I knew that there was somebody pretending to be me. I mean, oh my God. I can't even imagine. Not to mention he's wearing a neon orange trench coat as though he's already in jail. Maybe,
Well, do you want to know
maybe
what's funny
foreshadowing.
is that he's wearing that neon orange trench coat, and then he's wearing the same trench coat in red later.
The outfits are insane. And did you
And then
notice
and then it's Easter Sunday.
Phoebe, I wrote the exact same thing about that outfit. I said he's in his Easter best.
Even though like I do tend to like those checkered shirts that are in like different checkers.
He looks absolutely
But
ridiculous.
then he's
the
wearing.
entire
I kind of
episode.
hate matching purple with anything in clothing, especially like a bright purple.
Well, and we'll break down that outfit. It's like a royal purple that is just, it's supposed to kind of be like his color, but like, I'm sorry, you're not, what's her name on Breaking Bad?
The sister,
Mm-hmm.
of
Purple
course.
is her thing. Anyway, Rufus comes and interrupts Dan as Dan is studying. He's been the like person who's keeping time, and Dan's all humiliated because this is crazy to me, only finished half of the practice test in the allotted time. Hey, Dan, that's a you problem.
I do
What's
have to
up?
agree.
Like half?
Because the thing is, maybe in his brain, he's like, it's low stakes. It's at home. I'm just going to try to like finish as much as I can. But I do think that like you kind of have to start being like, well, I don't know the answer to this. And I'm not going to know the answer to this. So I'm just going to have to move on
Skip
so
it
that
and
I
come
can
back.
give myself as many, don't even skip it, fill it in. Just make sure, like, I would rather you finish the test than be like, oh, but I wanted every question to be right. So I have 60 questions left.
It's also like sometimes if you just keep going, they will give you the answer to other questions and the questions of other questions. That made sense. Don't tell me it didn't. So Jenny's about to leave for school, and Rufus goes, "What?" He says it in a hilarious way. And he's like basically going to be walking Jenny to school. And she's like, I don't need a human ankle monitor. It's like, actually, you kind of do. And the way you're going to continue to act is really going to make me think that you do, girl.
You stole a dress out of someone's closet. Like, not just like your friend's closet, like your friend's mom's closet.
And then also
I don't care. I also don't care how rich the mom is.
No.
Like, it's to me, and I'm sure to Rufus, it's not a matter of the money. I think that's another issue. But like, putting yourself in any sort of mindset where you think you can go into someone else's mom's closet and take any of her things.
It's such a level of desperation that I'm like, well, what happens when you're actually desperate? What are you going to do when there's a moment where you actually feel desperation? Like, what are you capable of, little J? We'll find out. So Rufus is, by the way, king of nostalgia. That's what his new name is, king of nostalgia. Because he's like, well, I remember when you used to cry if I didn't walk you to class. And she's like, actually, that was Dan. And Dan's like, okay. Okay. But Rufus is like, this grounding, Jenny, it's not just about punishing you. It's about us reconnecting and spending time together. And that's what it's about. So they're going to connect tonight over lasagna. He's like agreed to let her walk to school. And then Jenny slams the door in Dan's face.
Well, she like mentions 800 other things she has to do. And he like, Rufus is putting up a fight, but not enough of a fight where I'm like, you're still not fucking parenting her. Like, our mom, I think, would even like, if she could make it enough of a punishment, we would have been kept home from school that day.
Changed the house.
We would have been doing her ribbon closet.
And one of us actually was doing that. Exactly. One of my favorite stories in Gossip Girl is Blair's feud with Nelly Yuki. Also such a satisfying name to say, Nelly Yuki. And so it's revealed here because Blair and Nelly both want to go to Yale, and Blair is convinced that like Yale's not going to take two people from Constance. And Blair on her practice test has gotten a 2,200 and is concerned that that's not good enough. I'm like, girl, give me a break.
What did you get?
I'm not telling you that.
For real?
No. What did you get?
To be honest, I don't even remember.
Okay, me neither.
What was it out of 1,600 when we took it?
See, mine was out of 2,400.
I know. I mean, I didn't get a great score. Maybe like a 12 something.
That's a good score.
Yeah, it was like so middle of the road. Like, I think my friend Josh got like a 1580.
That's psychotic. Hey, Josh, that's psychotic. Let us know, comment, tell us what you got on the SAT, and then guess what we got. So Nelly Yuki, the concern is that she's more well-rounded, which makes sense. But Blair goes, Nelly Yuki must be destroyed. And Serena's like, why do you keep saying her full name? And Blair goes, because it's Nelly Yuki. I'm like, yeah, because it sounds amazing, Serena. I can't say your name. I sound like I got a mouthful of freaking marbles.
I saw this tweet today that was like, sometimes I'll get stoned to the point where I will just say Coleman Domingo's name over and over again because it feels so good in my mouth.
It feels like when Buddy the Elf in Elf is like Francisco. That's fun to say. It's like that.
Coleman Domingo, and I would imagine like being stoned, like it would, like that is like, it's like a soothing, like
it does just like completely roll off the tongue. Coleman Domingo. And I mean, and what a nice guy to be thinking about when you're stoned or otherwise. Just love him. So Chuck starts walking up, Blair leaves, and Serena is going to be like helping him with the test. And I just need us to point out here that while we see Chuck wearing his orange trench coat, Serena is wearing orange leather fingerless gloves.
Well, it's because they're siblings.
Well, of course they have.
It's Sharpay. It's Sharpay and Ryan.
Wait, Serena and Chuck are low key Sharpay and Ryan vibes, and I know you guys are thinking we were gonna say Eric. It's Chuck.
Hey, I know you guys are always like, oh my god, when's the lore coming? When are you guys gonna have more fun with these storylines?
What do you call that?
Yeah, literally.
What the heck do you call that? I need to see Serena and Chuck doing Bop to the Top. Except for, sorry, I'm gonna say it. Chuck is Sharpay.
Hey, but is he?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to ruminate on that.
There's something about him that is gloves, of course. That's the first thing. Chuck's wardrobe is just more in line with what I'm seeing Sharpay wearing, quite frankly.
Perhaps.
Yes, Phoebe, I'm the expert on Sharpay, and you know that.
But I'm the expert in High School Musical. Ryan.
Since when I was in the show? Since when?
Since I had a pillow with Troy Bolton's face on it in my room.
Okay, so you're gonna be the expert on Troy. Doesn't make you the expert on High School Musical.
No, I am for sure. Ryan,
let us know which of us is the bigger expert on High School Musical. I guess.
Low-key think we even have. I think Sharpay does wear pink fingerless gloves.
Well, find it and then we'll talk.
Okay, but Ryan definitely wouldn't.
And but no, Ryan would.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, he would.
But he would wear a fedora.
Well, of course. Well, I'm pretty sure we're going to see Serena wearing a fedora as well at some point.
Show me.
I will bet money on that. Cold hard freaking cash. So Serena, yeah, she's wearing. I just said and it's not the only time this episode she'll be wearing fingerless gloves. By the way.
Well, it's also not the.
I guess you're Aria's cousin.
And this is where it actually gets even more intense. Is that this also wasn't the only time Chuck will be in a pleather trench coat? So it almost is like it's their sibling wardrobe.
I actually have to talk to the stylists. I just have to talk to them and see,
not one, but the trench coats. They're different, but they're similar enough.
He's opens. He's probably got one for every color of the rainbow and every shade.
And he's working his way through.
Okay, Chuck Bass ally. Who would have thought?
Well, Eric, maybe Eric confided in Chuck already.
Well, probably. They're BFFs.
And so Chuck is starting to work his way through the rainbow to show Eric where he stands.
Yes. Oh my God. And you know what? I can see it. So Chuck's like, by the way, I figured out everything with Georgina. You don't need to worry. It's also so funny that Chuck Bass is literally like the police. He's like the therapist, the number one confidant. Like he is the Olivia Pope as well of the show in this episode, which again, that's really Blair's role.
She's a little bit ocky, but she's being Olivia Pope for one person and one person only.
That's a good point. Georgina's apparently in Switzerland dating the Prince of Belfort. And so Serena's like super relieved. And this is when she like pushes Chuck's face away. I guess he goes in to kiss her or something, maybe. I don't know. And we see that she has orange fingerless gloves on. And then Chuck's like, oh, I almost wish Georgina was here because she brings out the devil in you. And Serena's like, well, the new Serena has to break 2,000 on her SATs. And he mentions here that he will hire someone for her if she wants. And she's like, no. Gotta do it myself.
Has to break 2,000, Serena.
Hmm. That's hard to do.
Oh my God, wait. You're right. Never mind.
Wait.
No. For some reason, I was like 24,000.
Oh my God, me too. For a second there, I was second guessing everything.
That's like Serena saying.
They're going to be like, and now we know Caroline didn't perform well in the SATs.
What I was just picturing was like Serena saying, I have to break 200.
I just have to break 200. That's all they're asking of me. But I'm nervous. But I got a lot going on. The minions are telling Jenny that she's like so lucky she's a freshman. She doesn't have to take these tests. Everyone's stressed. Nate hasn't called Penelope. And so Jenny goes, well, why don't you all come over tonight? First of all, Jenny, you're grounded. Jenny,
you have plans tonight.
You do, and you know
You've got a big date with lasagna.
Oh my God. It wasn't invite everybody over for lasagna. What if he doesn't make enough? He probably did. He's a leftover guy. I know. But it doesn't matter. He was counting on the leftovers.
Exactly. He's got his lunch. He's got his lunch dinner planned for the next couple of days.
Exactly. So Jenny, you can't be inviting over all the minions, all the girls, which by the way, last time they were in your house didn't go so well. Need I remind you?
I know.
I'm like, remind them.
It is kind of interesting where we've come back from after the dinner.
Well, they just snap right back.
Yeah, back to Blair. Like, it's really interesting. We never really address it.
I thought you meant back to Jenny.
But I just mean the way that things were left last episode, it feels like they were so much more icy to Blair than like they seem.
Well, now because Blair has something to offer them.
I know that. Like, I know that's how they're setting it up, but it just the way things were left, it doesn't seem like they would quite.
Wait,
the way that they jump, the way that they
like these,
the way that they jump at Blair is not how I would have expected them based on how they acted last episode. Because it just doesn't seem like it just doesn't seem as enticing to these kinds of people, the offer that she has.
I think it does. I also think it's just like, it's a constant power struggle. Who is more powerful? Who has more to offer? I think the real crazy thing here is how sad it is that Blair just takes them back and is willing to give them all these things to win them back. It's like, that makes me scratch my head more. It's just like, ugh, how insecure.
I just feel like we don't get enough of the aftermath of the dinner. I would have liked to have seen that a little more.
Yeah, I guess. Jenny also offers, my brother has flashcards and I'll help you. First of all, hey, Jenny, Dan needs those. Dan didn't even get halfway through the practice test. You cannot have his flashcards. And also, I bet I can't read his freaking chicken scratch. I just know he has nasty boy handwriting. And if he doesn't, ick. If a boy has nice handwriting, ick.
Unless he's gay.
You, of course. No gay guys ever given me the ick. But yeah, if you are a straight man doing pretty much anything. Well, okay, the gay guys I've dated, maybe, Phoebe.
That's what I meant. That's why I made that face.
But even them, I think I just gave them the ick, unfortunately. And they said it couldn't be done.
Chuck definitely writes in like a heavy slant. Like super slanted, hard pencil strokes.
Yeah.
And
do you think that he's just like getting lazy with it and trailing off?
Maybe a little bit, but I think there's part of him that does want it to like look like he thinks it looks like an architect's handwriting.
Yes,
but it doesn't. Like it still
sort of
looks
like the way you feel about yours.
No, not at all.
How would you describe yours?
Just all caps or cursive if I'm writing. Just
cursive
just writing.
Cursive. Say that again.
What? Cursive.
Did you say cursive?
Say
it again.
Cursive.
The first time you said cursive. Okay, Phoebe, the podcast is not a silent medium. Phoebe just keeps being like, let me think about this for 5 minutes and just is quiet. She's like, I'm sure it's riveting.
No, I did this to you.
I know I saw that. I'm just saying periodically throughout this episode, you've just gone mute.
Well, you're lagging a little bit. So it's like you're still talking. I don't think I realized I was not talking.
Okay, Phoebe's really fun tonight. Anyway, so Blair overhears them all talking about this and she's like, well, don't worry. Thanks to Blair Waldorf's SAT prep and spa. She said, Phoebe, by the way, this is the night that Phoebe said doesn't sound that enticing. She's hosting a study night with personal tutors.
That's not what I meant.
I'm talking hot stone massages, mani-pedis, and an acupuncturist who specializes in mental acuity.
Guys, that is not what I meant. And Caroline kept interrupting me as I was trying to explain what I was trying to say. I just mean with the way that the dinner ended last week with Jenny bringing in Nate and that connection. I understand that that's on the rocks right now, but what I mean is I would have liked to have seen a little bit of the then to now to understand where Jenny's at in the dynamics.
But I think that's the point, is that like they're not good friends. It's not a real friendship. Like,
I know, but to me, that's why it seems even more like they're not real friends with either of them. So I just feel like if it feels like Nate is tied to Jenny, I don't know. That's how I feel. I would have liked to have seen more
But
of
we
it.
just heard that Nate has not called Penelope, so maybe there are like...
Which makes me think that Penelope would want to be more like, Jenny, I need you to figure out what's going on.
Or she's like, Jenny, I guess you're not as good of friends with Nate as I thought. Like, why hasn't he called me? You could fix this for me, and you're not.
Maybe. But I didn't mean that the night wasn't enticing. I just meant, I think the way that the dynamics are playing out, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more between Butter and now.
Well, we didn't get it. You can create it.
This is what we mean, guys. We can't force it.
Okay.
Also, it's not that interesting. I just think the way that it plays into the dynamics is important, and I wish we would have had a little bit more background to what the last couple of days have looked like.
Yeah. All right. So I don't know what to say. Why are you mad at me?
I'm not.
Okay. All right. So Nate is allegedly coming from soccer practice. Didn't know he played. Has a soccer ball. And Dan's like all worried about Nate not studying.
Dan's like auditioning for Newsies on these steps right now. Like, what is he? His whole personality has come out of nowhere. We haven't seen him and Nate really interact like this ever yet, and he's like skipping on the steps next to him as he like wants to play catch with them with a soccer ball.
Why do I feel like they've had a few bromance moments like that have started?
Not like this. This is something.
Well, I guess
different.
Actually maybe they're closer now because Nate called him and was like, "Hey, by the way, your kid's sis just asked me for $8,000."
Well, yes,
Dan
but
feels like they're close.
Dan's behavior is really strange in this scene.
He's also just like such a dick.
Fully like skipping up the steps to talk to Nate.
Well, Serena then runs up and covers Dan's face and kisses him, and he makes a joke about it being Chuck. And I was thinking, like, imagine if he thought that it was Chuck because of the gloves. And he's like, "Oh my God, Serena, your leathery hand. These are your orange leathery hands. I saw Chuck wearing an orange trench coat earlier. I just assumed these
it's a matching set, clearly.
Why are you? Hey, Serena. Hey, girlfriend. Why are you raiding Chuck's closet? Why are you wearing Chuck's clothes? Did you guys forget to switch back after you had sex today? Like, what's going on?" Dan's so jealous.
He consistently does these, and I think he does one at the end of the episode that really bothered me. It's just like the way he speaks to Serena. I'm like, you guys are 16. Like, why does she need to report her? Yeah, it was at the end. Like, not even like the first food poisoning. I'm like, okay, whatever. I know that, like, or maybe the second one. I just don't
like how, like, I know she's lying to him, but like,
it was too much the way that he was acting.
Yeah, like
it was giving Joe Goldberg the way he like came up to her and was like, "You need to tell me where you were."
Exactly. I mean,
it's like that movie with who played DJ in Full House.
Candace Cameron.
She was in this movie and she was in like an abusive an abusive high school relationship, and this guy is like constant, like she will look at a guy a certain way, or like there's a picture of her in the locker with his arm around this girl, and he's like, "Who's that? He's not your cousin. Why has he got your arm around? Why has he got his arm around you?" Like, and then by the end of the movie, he tries to kill her. But literally, the certain things that Dan does, I'm like, you need to lay off a little bit.
If your boyfriend's acting like this in high school, like your parents are like, "Hey, let's talk." But LVW, that doesn't roll off the tongue either. She is just not tuned in. But I am like, I guess it just goes back to Serena. You can't be any worse than the guys I do know, because
in Lily's brain, she's like, "Well, that's just dating a Humphrey.
That's just dating a."
It's just a ferocious.
It's a wild
undying love.
It's a wild love. It's amazing the effect they have on us. All right, here she comes. Dun, 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 I can be the answer. Dance when the answer. That's not the song that plays, but it feels like it should be.
And what song is that?
212.
Oh.
I want to see Georgina doing that walk, like the dance thing that they're doing on TikTok right now.
I think it might be out of character for her
to do a dance walk.
To do that one specifically, there's something too like Jester-esque about it.
It is very Jester-esque.
I don't think
really, there's honestly nothing about Georgina that gives Jester.
No.
Serena's low-key giving Jester right now, and she's like
Georgina
with her fingerless gloves, and she's like slowly one by one, like doing a finger curl, and it's like, oh
gives the man walking you to the gallows, who's like gonna put the bag over your head.
Georgina gives sort of Grim Reaper vibes.
You know who Georgina also gives?
Run the other way vibes. Georgina gives tornado coming for Kansas, gonna uproot your house vibes. Like
Abigail.
Oh, here's the thing. Blair does have to run Georgina out of town because auditions for the Crucible are coming up. And Georgina and Blair, just like Georgina's going to be the new Nelly Yuki. Nelly Yuki is Nelly Yuki for Yale.
Georgina is fully Abigail in this episode at times. Like the way, like she is like
Blair would be a great actress as Abigail. Georgina has Abigail within her. Yes.
Serena, you were dancing with the devil last night. I saw it. The Devil's Sacrament. I wasn't.
And she has no problem. I saw Goody Proctor with the devil. That's Georgina. That's Georgina. 100%.
I would, and I still haven't read John Proctor as the villain, so maybe this is kind of the vibe of it, but I would love a version of the Crucible that is done in kind of like a funny, modern way where we could get a scene like that, where it's like they're fully in a courtroom and Abigail is like mocking Goody Proctor while she's...
Well... That scene is not in there, so you're gonna have to write it. But you should read John Proctor as the villain.
Is there? Good. Well, not. But there is a. But that's in the actual play. They're all in the courtroom.
Yeah.
Yes. But I want no. I want Caroline's middle finger as she like. I want Abigail making little faces at Goody Proctor while she's on the stand.
The little faces that Phoebe's requesting, and you want to see Caroline's middle finger. You can get it on the Patreon.
You just think that would be so funny.
Abigail looks over Goody Proctor and goes,
the stories
she
are
looks
being
at John, she's like pantomiming everything. Anyway, so she's like, I saw Goody Proctor. Yeah. Anyway, so Georgina Sparks enters. Oh my God. Serena's just given Dan a million kisses and he leaves. And then Georgina goes, you always did know how to leave them wanting more. Her first line of the series. I mean, what an entrance. Mm-hmm. And Serena says, oh my God, Georgina. Which is just how I want people to greet me. Oh my God, Caroline. Yes. Also, Michelle Trachtenberg, first of all, rest in peace. How devastating that this iconic talent is no longer with us. She is brilliant in this show. The duality. You can do Ice Princess and this.
Well, it's so interesting that she's not in the show as much as Leighton Meester, obviously, but like the way that they embodied their characters is very similar. Like they both, they were doing a kind of acting, and even there's a part of it that is like more than acting that no one else in the cast. Maybe I would give it to Ed Westwick. Just because, like, when you hear him talk in real life, and not just because of the accent, like, Chuck is so singular.
Yeah.
But then you, like, it's like Penn Badgley.
He's such a, like, locked-in character. Yeah. The way like that Blair is, the way that Georgina,
Penn Badgley, Blake Lively.
Ladies, your jobs, I'll say it.
What's his name? Who plays Nate? Chase Crawford.
Yeah.
Like, them, like, it's like, even Taylor Momsen, when it gets to Big J,
she's fabulous, but then it starts being a lot like herself.
Exactly. So I think there's something so refreshing when a performance like Michelle Trachtenberg comes on the screen where it's like she is creating. It just feels like out of the ballpark that everybody else is playing in, especially when Serena's her screen partner. And so when we get those scenes of her and Blair really going toe to toe, it's like that's why those are some of the most iconic scenes in the whole series.
Well, and you just, with both of them, you just like never could expect what they're going to do next. Like you just do not know what they're capable of. And it's really just a difference in like motivation, like what motivates the two of them, because they're both schemers. This would be a great episode to just break it down one day and sort of do like a comparison and contrast, because it is like they're very similar, but it's like they're motivated by different things. And they scheme for good or evil depending on but they each have their moments. But anywho, Georgina's like, oh, did you get my gifts? Like, have you missed me? I just want to have a cocktail and catch up. And Serena's like, get the fuck away from get the fuck away. I will call Chuck. Get the fuck away from me. I'll call my big
Suddenly Sabrina is like sober. Like she wants she like wants to present herself as like this chaste, like she is like, no, I'm like going
to the point that I'm like, are you
convent.
scared? Are you okay? Blink twice. Are you scared of Dan? Is this about Dan? Like, what is this? Granted,
and it does
I'd be terrified of Georgina too.
For sure. Like, I think that's another interesting thing. And we haven't really seen Serena scared in this kind of way. And obviously we know that there's a deeper reason, but even taking that out of it, so much of it, I do think, and this is what's sad, like obviously self-destructive behavior is what she gets into when she's with Georgina. But an aspect of it is also rooted in like, it doesn't seem like she's overly concerned with disappointing herself. She is concerned with disappointing Dan. And I think that is, this episode like kind of just paints their relationship in an icky light for me.
It's weird looking at it this way because it was such like an idolized relationship.
And it felt pretty innocent. And like the rich girl and the quote unquote poor boy who lives in Brooklyn, New York.
He's so scared of losing her. And it's like, especially with the sinister undertones, like if we add in the fact that he's fucking stalking her.
Another thing about Dan is he's so scared of losing the version of Serena he built up in his head.
Yes, exactly. Like, Dan, you don't know this girl. You really don't know this girl. And I would venture to say Serena doesn't really know what she's saying when she tells you she loves you at this point. Like, she really likes you. You're making her feel different than any guy's ever made her feel. And she feels like she's
But that part is on the floor also.
Exactly. Like, I don't know. And it's that idea, like in Perks of Being a Wallflower, she's like, Mom, he's my whole world. And the mom, I think she's like slaps her or something. She's like, don't ever say that about anybody, not even me. But it's like the boyfriend's like beating the sister, and like she's like, I can't. It's
also, let's give Nina Dobrev her flowers for that movie.
I forgot.
Isn't that her in the? Isn't that who that? Yeah, I think she in that scene when Charlie calls her. She's part of what makes that scene so impactful. Like I think she's
rewatch Perks.
She's really good in that movie, and I think that we should revisit her acting career. Let's get her back on my screen.
Look, she should be having a renaissance. She just got, her engagement torn up. That's kind of the next step. Anyway, another thing I need to say here is Georgina's also so Mona. Georgina S., you're really going to hurt my feelings. And you know how I get when my feelings are hurt. It's like almost like the way she delivers the lines. It's very Mona Vanderwaal as well.
Well, that's also another it's putting, I think Janelle Parrish also brought to Mona.
Yes.
What Leighton
it's this,
and
like,
Michelle are bringing.
To a character that is so larger than life, even in a show that's already larger than life. How do you ground that character?
But also a show that not every actor on the set is taking super seriously.
Yes.
In the way that like you would at like an HBO. Like everybody still seems to have an air to it of like, this is a CW show. This is this is an ABC Family show.
Totally.
And then these actors, like they just let themselves push it to another level that like it's not Emmy Award winning acting, but it is
for some people.
Well, I mean, specifically, and this isn't me docking Janelle Parrish, but like, I think that Leighton is on my retroactive Emmy list. Michelle Trachtenberg could be.
Completely agree.
But
yeah, maybe.
Janelle, she's not quite. But
I
she
agree.
In the league of Pretty Little Liars,
she's getting divorced.
Janelle Parrish?
Yeah. I know.
Who's she married to? Anyone we know?
I don't know.
Anyone we know personally?
Anyone we know personally, no, but maybe through the grapevine. But yeah, they are getting divorced.
We should send her flowers.
Okay, well, I already did. But they're just from me. I only send my name. So if you can send your own. I can't give you her address though. I'm sorry. I signed an NDA. Remember when we went to ACL and I was like, oh, by the way, I have an NDA for you to sign. And I kept like bringing it up and Phoebe thought I was serious.
Well, guys, it wasn't like a one-off joke. Like, and she kept sounding more serious. Joke? No, Caroline,
Yes,
Guys,
Phoebe.
hey guys, this wasn't like any sort of running joke that you've ever been a part of.
Phoebe, I try new things all the time. I'm experimental with my comedy. It's called an epic prank. And if you knew it was a prank, it wouldn't be epic. Okay, so Jenny's getting a hot dog, and this new girl, what the fuck is her name? The new girl? The like new
Elise.
little J? What is
Elise.
it? Elise shows up, and Jenny's like, I gotta figure out, like, what's the one thing that nobody in our group has? And Elise
Jenny's
goes,
hey, by the way,
compassion?
And Jenny's like, no, and she pushes her into the road.
A BF? Obviously, I mean a BF and not a bitch fit. We have plenty of those. A boyfriend. If I'm gonna make it to queen, I need a king. Okay,
Jenny is pissing me off.
Elise
this
goes,
episode.
Queen Elizabeth never had a boyfriend.
I'm like, okay,
Elise, that's embarrassing.
I'm like, Elise, I think we need to get you in the room with Blair. I think Blair would really like you.
Elise, you're gonna be eaten alive, girl. You cannot be hanging out with little J.
Exactly. But I do think there's like the little like feminism things that she's saying like that. And like, I think that Blair would actually kind of dig it.
Honestly, true. That's true.
But Jenny is so wrapped up in the superficial. Like, she doesn't see the depth of Blair at all. She can only see it in the superficial way. So, like, with this, she's not hearing anything this girl is saying.
No. She says, well, she only had the Spanish to conquer, and I have Blair Waldorf. So. It's like, well,
like, this is what I mean, guys. She's pissing me the fuck off.
No, she is. And the next episode gets so much worse for her. She is intolerable. And I should actually really feel bad for her given what she goes through next episode. But I just, like, I can't.
Jenny,
she started her own hate train. I'll say it.
Go back to Hudson.
Hey, little J.
me showing up to Constance with a picket on a
Go back to Hudson with a train ticket.
A train ticket in one hand and a sign in the other. Go back to Hudson, bitch.
Go back to Hudson, little J. Go back to Hudson, little J.
We don't want you here. We can smell your tax bracket from here.
We can smell that Brooklyn water on you from here. Little J, get the hell out of town. Little J, get off my island, bitch. Anyway, so the qualifications for Jenny's boyfriend. He has to be cute but not full of himself. He has to be from the right kind of family but not disgusting. And then this adorable pug walks by with this guy, and he's got a bunch of dogs. And he like runs into her, and the dog like eats the hot dog. And the guy goes like, "Are you okay?" She goes, "Yeah, but my lunch isn't." Okay, it was a fucking $1 hot dog, bitch.
The thing is that if Hannah had delivered that line,
it would have been endearing.
She would have said it in a sweet way.
Quality to it. She would have said, "Yeah, but
my hot dog isn't."
I don't even know how she would do it because we don't have the innate sweetness that she has, so we couldn't possibly do it.
Which is another.
It would be received better
up, like,
for me.
I'm just like giving actresses their flowers today, and you know, as I should. But like Ashley Benson, who I'm sure is sweet and wonderful and kind in every kind of way, but she doesn't have the soft sweetness that Hannah has.
Agree. So maybe she is a better actor than we thought. Not that we thought she was bad. Not that we thought she was bad. Okay, so anyway, Jenny's low-key rude to this guy, and he gives her his number, and she immediately throws the number away.
He's like fully looking at them still, and she puts it in the trash.
Hey, dog walker.
Hey, do you see me?
Hey, help. Hey, help. That's what she's calling him. She's like, I don't know. Hey, help. Rip. Gum in there. Throw away. Elise fishes us out. He's gorgeous. Get a pep on his number. Jenny throws Elise in the trash can and is like, there's the dump truck. Take her.
It's just Elise's legs up and up.
Just like in Mean Girls when Katie falls in. But it's so funny because Elise goes, "What? He's gorgeous." And Jenny goes, "He's a dog walker. I need a king, not a jester." Okay.
Hey, Jenny, you're looking a lot like a jester these days.
Jenny, you're the freaking joke. I forgot that we get this next storyline in this episode. I'm just like,
I really thought we had a little bit of time.
I thought we had more time before Nate falls freaking head over heels for Vanessa Abrams. Look, writing's on the wall with this one. This is not gonna. And also, could she be ruder to him in this scene? And Dan is actually funny as fuck with his reactions to it. Okay, here's what happens. Nate comes in good guy Nate is dropping off all of his old SAT prep books for Dan.
Like, wait,
because
guys,
Nate
this
doesn't
is
have to
really
take the
cute.
test anymore.
I know that Nate was probably dropped off right on the doorstep of this building, but he fully has like 10 thick books in his hand.
Huge. And he did come himself. He could have sent a driver. He came by himself all the way down to Brooklyn so that Dan, like, good guy Nate.
And he, like, it's really sweet when and Vanessa's like, oh my God, you're going to knock the table over.
Literally. She's like, ow.
Hey, this
that hit
table's.
my foot.
Hey,
ow.
Hey. Can you see? Don't see a walking stick? this table is
I didn't hear the click-clack of Jenna Marshall here. What's up, dude? God. Sorry. Hey, down here. Yeah, sitting in a chair. It's me. It's me, the Brooklyn barista. Vanessa, ever heard of me? He walks up and he's like, hey, and he doesn't remember her name. She's like, Vanessa. And she's like, yeah, hi, Nate. You play a small but crucial role in my film.
Some of her film lines in this episode are...
It's so Aria. And she's like sitting there editing her film. I'm like, wait, you're still doing this? What? I thought we were ditched this film after like the whole school basically got shut down. So then Dan walks up and is like, Nate, what the fuck are you doing here? Do you know where you are? Are you okay? Where's your walking stick? And Nate's like, well, I just here, like, I am already took the SAT. It's fine. Here you go. And Vanessa is literally pissed off that Nate is here helping Dan. She goes, while we all love hearing about the struggles of the idle rich, Dan's got a fine tutor right here. I ace every practice test I take, so we don't need your hand-me-downs. Nate's like, okay. Like, if I'm Nate, I'm like, Dan, what the fuck?
If I'm Nate and I have a personality, I'm like,
yeah. If I'm not just good guy Nate, but good personality Nate, I'm like, whoa, lady, I'm walking here. I'm like, I'm a New Yorker. Fears my life. That's what I'm saying. If I'm good personality
Nate gives Dan a look that's like, bro. You told me to
total fucking bitch.
You told me to bring these here, and there's total fucking babe here, and she hates.
Dan's like, yeah, what are you doing with those here? Wink, wink. And then Dan accepts the books from Nate, and Vanessa goes, is there a reason you insist on looking so desperate and needy? Yeah, he's trying to get into college, Vanessa. Like, also he's like,
hey,
he wants to be
apparently this episode, I'm not gonna spoil the line from later, but like, of course Vanessa feels this way. Life is her schoolyard.
It was so true. So true. Dan looks at Nate and goes, she's been like that since we were kids. Venomous without provocation. And she goes, better than being a charity case. And he goes, she's rude too. which really was, she's rude too, was like a great line
Oh
read.
My gosh. Listen, no one would ever say Caroline's rude, but the first line could have been applicable to Caroline. Venomous without provocation.
Okay, kind of iconic. Right now, my Twitter bio, by the way, is the mewling Rampalian wretch herself. What's that from?
Wizard of Oz.
Bitch, 10 things I hate about you. It's Shakespeare line. Tammy the Shrew.
Well, I just had to assume it was you. Or it was not you, it was Wizard of Oz. You're just like all about Wizard of Oz right now.
Well, I am doing it, so I'm fully out here doing it. Oh my God. Anyway, so Nate is somehow smitten. He's like, no girl's ever spat on me before. This is awesome. She might as well like step on his foot as hard as she can and say, she gets the Abigail middle finger and tongue out from the courtroom of the Crucible. You guys are the one.
Nate like turns on his heel, walks out, and we see him through the window of the he's waiting for his car to come pick him up, and he's like doing heel clicks over and over.
He's like, never mind, I'll walk. He's
doing little
I'll dance,
like mid-air pirouettes, like he's jumping up and spinning around.
Out there, he almost gets hit by a car. He's like, whoa, I didn't know the car's in Brooklyn.
He's fully Billy Elliot out there. After this conversation.
Exactly. He gets scouted. We never see him again. He's on Broadway now. So Vanessa then pulls some of the notes out of Nate's prep book and whatever. Serena and Georgina are meeting for drinks. All these guys are sending them drinks, and Serena is, of course, explaining, I'm different now. I'm not like other girls. I'm not like you. I'm not a party animal. I'm a good girl. I'm in bed by 8 with my good guy boyfriend.
This is giving the stints before the Vanderpump cast was getting seriously sober. This is giving the stints of time where they would go, or like Schwartz. I'm like sober curious.
Yeah. Okay.
Which means
sure.
I'm just not gonna drink every
right
day.
now. I'm just not gonna drink right now. But when you order your second drink, I might start to consider it. Again, I'm just curious. So Serena's like, fine, we can have one drink, like whatever. Georgina's like, I was just being funny with it. I guess I was being hilarious. Like, sorry, I didn't know the new Serena can't take a joke. And she's like, the new Serena can take a joke and she can make one.
This kind of does. That felt offensive. Like, Dan doesn't make you feel like you're funny, Serena.
Serena, are you okay?
The thing about money is that, like, it does give that friend who takes a joke too far and thinks they're just
money. And we are a finance podcast.
They Georgina is that friend who takes a joke too far and then wants to be like, I was just being funny.
Yes.
But because Georgina is rich and like the things that she was doing were like 300 bottles of champagne to the doorstep of the school.
She's like, what? I sent you a bag of cocaine and you're mad? And you're mad about a little white collar drug? You're like, welcome to that.
So it's like there's something that's almost like, this is so bad. There's something that's more forgivable about Georgina than like your typical friend who is like,
well, here's the deal. There's nothing. Let's just get one through there. There's absolutely nothing forgivable about Georgina.
Do you know what I'm trying to say though?
However, we should expect this behavior from her. You know,
I also think there's
fool me
something,
once, fool me twice.
There's something, again, this is the wrong word. There's something more charming about someone like this.
Phoebe is like, I can't help it. I am charmed by Georgina Sparks.
But like, then your typical friend that you'd see depicted in media who like will make you like steal something from a store and then be like, wait, we were literally, it was a joke.
And then she's like a little Eddie Haskell mom would say, because she's like with the parents.
Yeah.
And in this case, the parents are Dan Humphrey.
That was always mom.
Mom's like,
well, you know, she's a little bit of an Eddie Haskell.
Yeah, she loves us. I'm like, whoever that is.
Us as kids. Who?
Who? Me as an adult? Okay, sure. I only know Eddie Haskell through my mother saying he's got, and I figured out what it meant along the way. So the minions show up at Blair's house. None of the promised riches are there.
They're pissed.
Blair's like, before we begin, you need to be aware of something. And she pulls up Nelly Yuki's MySpace page. And she's got all the info pulled.
Caroline, finish this quote. Finish this quote. I'm not on Facebook.
I don't know. Is that?
You're so classy.
Oh, sorry. Your accent sucked. Girls, you're so fucking classy.
My accent
Wait, are you mad?
My
mad I said your accent sucks?
My accent sucked is 3 words. 4 words.
So?
I thought it was pretty good, you guys.
Well, I mean,
my show's just pretty good.
Yes. Except you missed a word, which is fucking. You're so fucking classy.
Right, well, we're a clean podcast.
Oh, starting right now. Okay, so she's like, we gotta take her down right now, and I need you guys to find Nelly Yuki's weakness and exploit it. So what's it gonna be? Aromatherapy or annihilation? And they agree. It's like, okay, let's have some good, clean fun like Blair Waldorf, rather than whatever Georgina's about to do to Serena.
The debauchery. So we go back to the bar, and it's a little detail that I love about this difference, like to show us that this much time has passed, is the way that Georgina's ponytail looks. And she's in a slicked back high ponytail, so like no part.
She has such a good hairline for a ponytail, like the Georgina ponytail, especially when she's being Sarah and she always has her good girl ponytail in. It just is so good.
But they frizz it up in the way that like your hair would look after gym class in school.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But
or
it's like
3 Cosmos.
It's like as the night is going on, her hair is getting frizzier and frizzier, and then these guys come up and they're gonna offer to buy them drinks. And at first, Georgina is like, yes. Well, no, Georgina's like, yes, the entire time. And Serena's like kind of having fun because just before this, they wwere reminiscing on like how they would play characters, and, like do all these things. Sorry, it sounded like you were gonna keep going.
No, it's just.
And then
they have a different accents that they do. And then Georgina gets a call, and Serena's like, oh, I'll answer it. I'm Nadine, the beauty queen. How can I help you? And I didn't get like.
You know what I got a vision of? You know what I got a vision of, though? there's a world in which she could play Connie Britton in Friday Night Lights' daughter.
Wow. Okay, true, but unfortunately, I think she's aged out.
Well, no. I mean, at that time.
Yes, no, I can see it, actually. Good point. And Mom will be happy to hear that, too. Except for knowing Mom, she probably doesn't think Blake Lively's pretty. Wouldn't that just be so Mom?
It would be so Mom. And by the way, like, I don't know if Mom has ever thought any girl on earth has been pretty.
Even us. Just kidding. She thinks we're really pretty.
No, it's just us. And then, like, all the girls that everybody in the world thinks are pretty. She's like, I don't
get it. I just don't get it.
Scarlett Johansson?
Wait, Phoebe, actually, now that you say it, I mean, now that I'm done vomiting, because I tried saying her name and I thought about her face and it was, like, actually horrible, but you do look exactly like her.
And you know what it is? You know what it is about you?
It's the pig nose.
Which is what I hate about how she looks.
Mom's gonna actually start crying when she hears this. She's gonna, like, be so upset. Anyway,
guys, I told that story to my friends freshman year of college, and then when I was an RA sophomore year of college, they sent into the campus confessions.
I have the RA that looks like Scarlett Johansson.
They sent, okay, RA on this floor in this building, does anybody else think she looks exactly like Scarlett Johansson?
Sorry, that is so funny.
And also, like, I was just getting to know all the people that I was working with on this, like, staff of, like, 20 people, like, if boys included. And I was like, guys, I don't know.
Did you hear? There's an RA who looks just like Scarlett Johansson.
No, we have a meeting.
That's Phoebe's floor.
No, that can't be right.
Wait, that's Phoebe. Do they have... Okay.
Wait, which one's Phoebe? It can't be the one
Wait, none of these... Okay. Whoever this was, it's a stretch, but which one is Phoebe? Where's ScarJo?
One of the boys is like, do you think she sent that in herself?
One of the girls, they're like, maybe she's not wearing makeup. Maybe she's not wearing makeup. And a bikini, but if she was, we would know.
She has makeup on. She's wearing such baggy clothes.
We just can't see her frame.
In a Humpty Dumpty costume. You can't tell that
she's wearing a mask. She's wearing a mask. So underneath all that,
wait, but you know what her mask, like, with her mask, her ski mask on, like, it does feel like we can see the most beautiful parts of her face.
Part of her face.
She is just radiant through that ski mask.
And we can just obliterate the rest.
I take off the mask. They're like, ah! That pig nose.
Who put this picture of a ghost on my desk? It's that kind of a reaction. And that's got a call back. All right, so Serena answers the call and then it's like, I don't have fucking time for this. Do you want the drugs or not? And Serena's like, how dare you? I have to go. And she leaves.
Like,
and
I am like, at this point, did the writers know that it was going to be a bit that she says I have to go like that?
It had to
every time.
Again, can we get a writer on the show? I have questions.
No one says I have to go like that in real life. Like, not even I don't even mean in, like, the way that she says it. I just mean, like,
she's like this
in the context of saying the words, I have to go.
Yeah.
That's not, like, for as many times as she says it.
It's episode 15. She said it, like, multiple times every episode.
Yeah.
They have to know. They're like, it's her catchphrase, whatever. It's her freaking catchphrase. Oh my God,
Serena grows up to be Dorit Kemsley.
Don't say that about Dorit.
Okay, I have to stop reading Bravo comments because suddenly I remember that, like, other people watch the show, not just me, and I get mad at work when I'm reading the comments.
Yeah, if people don't agree with me and I am right, like, it's like a personal affront.
It pisses me off.
So Serena calls Chuck. She's like, I'm stupid as fuck. But the good news is Georgina literally doesn't want anything. She just wants a party. The bad news is I freaking partied. And she's like, I blew Dan off. I said I would be late, but not this late. And I just, like, Dan cannot know about Georgie. She cannot know that Georgina exists.
Georgie kills
You need to help me. I know.
I'm
like, Georgina doesn't strike me as the type of person who likes going by Georgie.
I was just gonna say that.
Hiya, Georgie.
Maybe that's where all this beef comes from. Guys, never forget the video that we all have on our phone of Caroline in a Pennywise costume starting to do the dance. Our geriatric dog, Elvis, in his bed.
Forgot that I had a hurt knee. Did the moves anyway. Regretted it.
Elvis pissed.
Elvis like,
woken up.
Enough of this clown shit. He's like, it's midnight. Lily has school tomorrow. Stop making her film you. Stop putting on your movie grade Pennywise costume and stop making her film you. She's a test tomorrow.
And hey, if we're gonna stay up this late, I may as well get a third fucking dinner, you bitch.
Feed me. You keep saying you'll float too. How about me eating too? How about we both eat? You eat in the video and I eat food. Because I was eating. Okay, me in the Pennywise costume doing the 2-on-2 dance.
Do you still have it?
Yes. No, you can't borrow it for Sam's wedding.
Caroline's for Sam's wedding. I'm about to give the speech in. Oh my God.
You never acknowledge it. You just change into for the speech, change out of it, and people ask you about it. You're like, oh my God, thank you. People are like, what was that you're wearing? Oh, no, I just wanted to have something like different.
No, wait. I looked down at the dress that I am wearing. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, it's my sister's. I'm borrowing it. And that could be about either the costume I was wearing or the dress. And you're like,
but the speech, that was from my closet, of course.
That's kind of like, I mean, that's just any Wednesday for me.
It's just what I feel most comfortable in. And since I know I'd be public speaking, I was like,
when I was talking to Sam, she was like, we just want you to feel comfortable. And I'm like, okay, what if
that's what I love about her. And did I have to do the makeup? No, but I didn't know if people would get it.
I still actually have the Pennywise
and you're like, and I didn't want to take it off
on.
because I have a full face on. And I'm just like, I wasn't going to redo my makeup.
I have the wedding dress.
All the pictures you Pennywise makeup on.
I have the dress that I'm wearing to the wedding on, but I am fully painted.
Your makeup is full Pennywise. And you have fake teeth
the full wig.
They're like, you talked so well with those fake teeth in.
You're like, always practicing.
Anyway, okay, so Chuck's gonna come get Serena and 10. Again, he's the Olivia Pope of the episode.
Wait, I just have to say my idea for you for Halloween in your new house across the street of a graveyard is, I think you have to wear it, and at least for a video. Is this disrespectful? Go over to the graveyard
and totally. And it's called Dancing on Graves. But what am I not going to do that? I live across from a graveyard.
You don't have to dance, but I just think it would be funny if you had one red balloon and Anthony filmed zooming in the cemetery to you.
And then I start doing the dance. And then I start doing the run as fast as I can, and I trip over the gravestones, and they all break, and then they're like, "Oh my God!" And I go to jail.
You hop over the chain link fence.
I get hit by a car.
You're holding
There's like a massive car rolled up in front of my house because everyone's like terrified because somebody hit Pennywise the clown, and Pennywise gets up and starts moving again. Yeah, I get
Anthony's
I get hit by another car.
Anthony, you walk up to the house. Anthony's like, "What are you doing?"
I jump out of the solarium dressed as Pennywise the clown.
Oh my gosh! Okay, you're holding
onto a car.
You're holding the red balloon in one hand. You're holding drama.
I float down with the red balloon from the solarium.
Drama is in a Georgie raincoat. He's in the other hand.
Chuck's too scared. He's in bed.
For sure.
Chuck did not like the idea of this from the get-go.
He thought it was disrespectful.
He's in bed. Yeah. Okay, so Chuck calls Dan, and Dan's like, hey, I've been wondering where you were. I'm confused why Dan thinks that it's Serena calling. Oh, it says it's the Palace Hotel. That's why. So he calls.
But here's what I'm confused about. Why are we answering the phone of her girlfriend like that?
True. I've been wondering where you were. Okay, how about it's none of your business, dude?
How about why
not my husband? And so we're engaged, I'm single.
Why didn't you
we're married, I'm single. And that's the rule Anthony and I went by, obviously. Till we're married, I'm single.
If I'm Serena, I'm like, okay, and why didn't you text me then? You're so worried about where I am.
Maybe he's out of touch for the month.
Where's the check-in? I watched Blackberry last night. Guys, skip. If that's on your watch list, skip.
Massive skip.
That movie was way too long.
He goes, hey, I've been wondering where you were. And Chuck goes, you mean all your life? And then he's like, listen, Serena's food poisoning. Dan's, put her on the phone.
Sometimes
here's Dan. If I'm Dan, I am like, hey, you're the guy who tried to assault my sister. Episode 1.
With Dan, though, when he hears Chuck's voice, he does turn into like, suddenly it's not a CW show anymore. He's like, Chuck. It's like a James Bond. He's it's giving. This is Dr.
coming out.
This is Dr. Doofenshmirtz and Perry the Platypus.
I guess so, yes. Nemesis. So Dan's like, fuck you, I don't believe you, hangs up. Next day, Dan's walking up to school, sees Chuck in another insane trench coat, red with a black popped collar, of course.
Well, this one is more of a burnt orange.
He's red coat today.
Oh no, the orange one was earlier. This one's red.
Yeah, this is the red one. And Dan's like, hey, Chuck, leave Serena alone. He's like, you mean my sister? You mean my literal sis? I can't. She's my twin now. And Dan's like, well, before spring break, everything was great. And now things suck.
Imagine.
And the only thing is that your dad's marrying her mom. So let's cut that off now. And you know what? I do want Lily with my dad. Okay, it's untraditional. That's fine. I'm untraditional. I'm from Brooklyn, okay? I know a thing or two about being untraditional.
If Caroline and I wrote Gossip Girl, something that would have happened
And in a way
when this union happened with Serena and Chuck is that every time they greet each other, they would, without any change in their demeanor towards each other,
kiss on the lips.
Oh. No.
Oh. Okay. Sorry, I thought this is a version we wrote. You're talking about a different version.
No, they refer to each other.
In the
as
version
twin.
Phoebe and I wrote, they kiss on the lips every time they see each other.
No, they refer
Every
to each
family
other
member
as
does. Is how we
twin.
know their family.
They refer to each other as twin.
Yeah.
Serena's
sorry. Jenny and Dan kiss on the lips every time they see each other.
That's
And when
more
Rufus
like
is there,
it.
they do a three-way.
That's more like it. The kissing family from SNL. No, Serena is like twin.
Twin, I have to go.
Can you please just leave us alone
Can
for
you
a second?
call Dan? Tell him I have food poisoning, twin. Twin. Georgina's not in Switzerland, twin.
And guys, I think we just got our first real joke.
I think that's called world building. Yeah, I think that's called world building. Okay, so Serena runs up.
Never mind, I skipped ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, Serena runs up and gives Dan a hug, fingerless gloves again, lazy this time. I'm like, if I'm Dan, I'm also like, okay, hey, before the Bass family was involved, we weren't wearing fingerless gloves every day. Like, something's different. Something's up.
She's like, it's to hide my fingerprints in case I commit a crime.
She's like, Georgina, I mean, I can't tell
Georgie.
you. Twin, do you have the helicopter? I gotta go, twin. I have to go. And she just goes like this. She puts one hand up. The helicopter comes down, pulls her up. She's like, bye, twin.
No, just the ladder. Just the ladder. We actually can't even see or hear the helicopter.
One hand. She's like, bye, twin. With her gloves. She's like, I actually wear the fingerless gloves because of the helicopter. Because it's a rope. They don't have ladders yet. It's just I have to climb a rope and I have
She does that thing where she's able to like loop her foot around so
yes,
holding
like
onto it, but she
fucking like silks dancer. Like she does the silks, yeah. And maybe she does. So Dan is like, well, how are you? And she's like, I'm great. My migraine's better. He's like,
this is how we know
food poisoning.
And then he pushes her to the ground.
He might as well. Verbally, he does. In so many words, he does.
This is how I know.
She's like, sorry, it was food poisoning.
This is how I know that.
Tell me where my girlfriend is. Tell me. Let me see your hand. Take the glove off. Take the glove off. Let me see. Those aren't her fingerprints.
I know.
Those are not my girlfriend's fingerprints.
Serena, I need you to let me read your palm. I need you to read right now.
Serena, give me the glove. Serena would never disobey me like this.
The real Serena would let me read her palm anytime I wanted.
Okay, now I know you're not the real Serena. Because
wait.
You have a palm reading scheduled for right now.
Serena and Chuck, let me see your skin patterns. Hold your forearms up against each other.
Oh my God, you're fraternal twins. I literally don't even know who you are anymore.
Well, I would think for fraternal twins, you might have your story straight a little better. I listened to this really great podcast of these fraternal twins, Phoebe and Caroline, and they literally always have their story straight.
Wait, this is so funny. Tonight at dinner, Vatican City came up. I was like, oh wait, Mom, by the way, did they tell you were going to hell when you went to the Vatican or just me? She's like, no, they didn't say it.
No, actually, when I got there, it was interesting. There was a parade. There was a parade when I got there, and I didn't want to tell you this, Caroline. It was for me. It was for Georgia.
And they said, congratulations, you're not going to hell. And if you weren't going to hell, they would have done it for you too, but you are. So anyway, we're talking, and I said to Kelly, we said something about how it's like its own country. And Kelly's like, haha. And we're like, no, the Vatican City is its own country. And she's like, right. And she's like, is this like the nail? Is this like the nail? I'm like, no. The Vatican City's a country.
Guys, this is why Kelly is the perfect friend. Because
like the nail. Bitch, no.
But it is funny that she's been so conditioned by y'all. But
Did you guys know what the nail is?
I don't
I'm
want
not
you to tell
saying
that
it on
story because
here.
I actually hate it. But I think we have told the story before.
I have to have told it before. Okay, we gotta move on because I'm sweating. Papa Molly, I'm sweating. Anyway, so Dan leaves for class, and Serena's like, this is why I didn't want Georgina to come back. Dan is gonna figure this all
just
out.
to be clear, though, Dan does fully start a fight, and then the bell rings, and he says, I gotta go to class.
He's like, you have to go, I have to go. And by the way, hate the way you say it. And he leaves, and Chuck's like, well, why don't you just like tell Dan what's going on? She's like, I can't. And we don't know why yet.
Does Chuck know?
I don't think so, no.
Which
so we
makes
see
it
Nelly
even
Yuki.
sweeter, the way that he's acting.
Yeah. We see Nelly Yuki talking to the minions. She's the newest member of their club.
Hey,
the
guys.
smartest girls of the junior class.
This storyline is electric.
It's so good. Blair's like watching from the edges of the courtyard, like just smirking. She's very pleased with this. And there's just like literally nothing the girls can do to get Nelly to come hang out tonight. She's like, I just want to be alone. My boyfriend broke up with me at a Flo Rida concert. 1 minute we were waving our hands in the air like we just didn't care. And the next minute, and she walks away. And Blair, in this moment, purchases the song Elevator by Flo Rida featuring Timbaland on her phone.
It's giving. She is standing in the corner. She hears that. She snaps her sidekick shut and she turns on her heel. Which I'm obsessed with this episode, by the way.
It's
turning
handled.
on your heel.
Yes. We go back to Jenny for a moment. We find out as she was scoping out boys at Dalton, she had no luck and she runs into the dog walker, the jester. She runs into him again. And she says to Elise, there are no kings on Craigslist. And it's like, okay, this is a pre-WAG era, it seems.
Yeah, thank you.
But then we see him hand off the dog to somebody else. We find out, oh, no. He's not the dog walker. He's the dog owner. And those are 3 expensive dogs, I'll tell you that much. And she says, I spy my king. Jesus.
I can't stand her.
I can't either.
So then we go back.
We get the continuation of one of the greatest scenes of Gossip Girl.
Blair sees
Am I boring
Nelly.
you, twin? Twin, what's going on? Where did you go?
Blair sees Nelly studying in the hallway. She's sitting. I've never understood. TVs love to put students studying in the hallway, like on the floor.
Really
I'm
do.
like, this
it's
isn't
like it's
happening.
giving. I want attention. That's what it's giving, Nelly.
This is how
Nelly
Aria
Yuki?
studied for sure.
Yeah. Oh my God. Aria was always studying in the hall. You cannot tell me otherwise. And where was Spencer? She was in her bed or she was at the library.
Blair was desperate here, I can tell, because there had to have been a different way to slip Flo Rida into a conversation with Nelly.
Then walking down the hallway, playing it out loud on her phone for what if somebody else heard you? Blair, what if somebody heard you playing Elevator by Flo Rida featuring Timbaland? And Nelly's like, turn it off! Ah! It's giving like when they torture you. It's like play the heavy metal nonstop.
It is like she's in a tornado drill. The way that she is literally like.
And Blair goes, Nelly Yuki, what's wrong?
And does Nelly like? Here's the thing. Has Nelly encouraged all of her classmates to call her Nelly Yuki, or like
That's a great
Blair? Blair. It's one thing for Blair to call her Nelly Yuki to everybody else, but to address her as such.
There just are some people that it's like you just call them by their first and last name. Like Blair does it to Jenny, little Jenny Humphrey, you know?
Yes, that's true.
It's very Blair, I guess. We find out, well, we already knew, but Nelly confesses that the song reminds her of her ex-boyfriend, Todd Jansen. And Blair's like, ugh, Blair's here now. Sits down to comfort her. She's like, listen to me. Tonight you're going to come over to my house. You're going to cry until it's out of your system. You cannot focus with this on your mind. And Blair shuts Nelly's book and says, tell me all about it. And it's just like, Blair, you're a genius. Okay, here we go. Vanessa is at a diner waiting for someone. Who could it be? Oh, Nate Archibald. Oh, King of the Upper East Side, Nate Archibald, new King of Brooklyn. He's late. And the server comes up and is like, hey, Nate, the usual. And he goes, hey, Cora. And Vanessa's like, whoa.
Steam pouring out of Vanessa's ears.
Vanessa's like, so you fucked her, huh? So you fucked her, huh?
So you like to take advantage of the poor.
Literally. And like, this is where Phoebe texted me as she was watching the episode. And she was like, the gleam in Vanessa's eyes when we find out she already knew about Nate's dad. Because at this moment, Nate's like, well, yeah, my dad's in rehab down the street. So like, I come here all the time. And also, that's why I was late. I was visiting him. And Vanessa's like, oh yeah, sorry, I've been seeing it all over the papers. Okay, so then you knew, bitch.
What's interesting is at first when you're watching the scene and you don't realize that she knows, when he says the word rehab, that's where the switch happens for Vanessa.
And she's like,
and it's like you really are like the worst kind of person, Vanessa.
She just sucks so much. And so they kind of connect because Vanessa gets how hard it is to have divorced parents. And she says, confession, I read one of your practice essays. That's what she took out of his SAT book. And she's like, and that's why I called you to apologize, because I judged the cover, but now I read the book and you deserve apologetic souvlaki. I'm like, and that is so Arya if souvlaki was vegetarian.
The concept of Nate Archibald, though, writing a practice essay on notebook paper does warm my heart.
Well, yes, it does. Because also his handwriting is chicken scratch, but in the way that does not give me the ick.
This is how he's holding his pencil.
It's like this. There was a girl in my grade who held her pencil in a fist, and I was like, girl, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I would try to do it, and I was like, and she had great handwriting, and I was like pissed about it. I'm like, you don't even have good form. You don't even good form. Okay.
You always had good handwriting, though.
I know that, but but it was like, I was like, what? And why can't I make mine look like that when I write like this? What the fuck? You know? So anyway.
Trip would hold his pencil like between, like here. Like he would
like the way that they hold a joint in all the movies. I love that John Mulaney sketch when he's like, the first time you're offered a joint in a teen, and like a Full House kind of thing, it's like this. And you've never seen anybody hold a joint that way? No. Anyway, so Georgina calls Serena. She's like, listen, I'm so sorry. And I'm not leaving until I make it up to you. I didn't get it before that you're different, but like, I totally get it. You've really changed. And honestly, it's inspiring. And Serena's like, well, yeah, you know what? You can't actually decide to be somebody else. It is inspiring. Thank you for noticing that. And now that you've said it, okay, fine, let's get a drink. Okay, fine. You've convinced me. So Georgina's like, why don't you just come hang out for 1 hour? We'll time it. The hardest drug on the table will be Perrier. And Serena's like, okay, but I do have the SAT tomorrow. Can you imagine making any kind of plan when you have the SAT tomorrow?
No, and here's
Serena,
why.
you have to get a 200.
2 words. 2 words. Georgia Connell.
Georgia Connell, let me tell you, tight ship. Yeah, we were in bed at 8. Dan is studying out. Whoa. Hang on. Backtrack. Because I didn't give this enough of a moment. Dan is studying out loud in the loft in the same room that Jenny is doing homework in. He's reading his flashcards out loud. Go in your room.
Hey, Dan.
Or Jenny, you go in your room, but like, this is ridiculous.
That's younger sibling behavior.
And Phoebe would know. Phoebe was always doing younger sibling behavior to me. She was. He's like, well, I actually can't concentrate because I had an argument with Serena. Oh, he's also like yelling. He's doing it. He's like, oh! And Jenny's like, holy shit. This isn't a pre-loops era. Don't forget. Okay.
He's going to like punch a hole in the wall. Like he's fully going to punch a hole in the wall.
Literally. It's like, okay, you are scary. Okay, Humphrey, you are scary. Okay, Humphrey, you got balls. Okay, Humphrey, you got balls. What?
That accent.
Balls? You hate the Brooklyn accent. Okay.
No, when people do the impersonation of the accent.
So you hate. Well, I wouldn't call that an impersonation. I would say I just did the accent.
No, it's just there's something more exaggerated about people.
That's
that
just
I don't mind as much, but like it's the ALL words that bother me.
You hate everything I do, twin. So it's like, I can't win with you. So Rufus gets home and Jenny's like, look, all my homework's done. I returned the Valentino. I did 10 hours of volunteer work with Betty at the shop. And he's like, and for your reward, a new sewing machine, which actually, Jenny, you better get on your hands and knees and kiss your dad's fucking feet. You better kiss your dad on the lips like you always do. Because what do you mean you're still being a freaking biatch to your dad when he bought you the sewing machine? You're kind of in the freaking doghouse. You don't really get gifts in the Connell house when you're in the doghouse. It doesn't really come with gifts.
You get stuff taken away.
He put a fucking bow on it, dude. The sewing machine, if you hadn't already sold it, would be out of your room by now. Because that's pleasure. Because that's for pleasure. And when you're grounded, there's no pleasure. Okay?
And like, you guys know that joke from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody where it's like, I have to take Cody's books away because that's the only thing that like will be a punishment.
Yeah,
that's kind of like what it, and Lily, I think.
Yeah.
Not this girl.
They used to do that to me.
It was purely technology for Phoebe.
They're like, Phoebe can't even read, so we're safe. We're like, we'll know. They're like, we'll know if she's reading because we hear the big
Let's take away her Etch-a-Sketch up there.
Yeah, they're like, let's take away her webcam. She's no home videos and no doing the wave. No more dancing, bitch. But I can actually do it. But I can actually do the wave. Anyway, so Jenny's like, okay, so anyway, now that I'm not grounded. And he's like, no, you are still grounded. I'm just giving you the sewing machine because you better get to work. You better get to work making your own clothes. And Jenny's like, well, but this guy asked me on a date.
Because that's like, her punishment is having her clothes taken away.
Yeah. And you can either walk around nude like a slut or you can get to fucking work, Jen. Also, this is one thing that always worked for me. Like, it's not really going to work for Jenny right now because she's like, well, I can't be grounded because I have a date. And he's like, well, you're not allowed to date. You're not old enough to date. Me getting in trouble and being like, Mom, I have a date. She's like, okay, fine. You can go on the date, but that's it. Like, when Mom got mad at me for having a fake ID and I was like, well, I guess I can just kiss that boy goodbye that I just started talking to because he's 22. And Mom's like, fine, just take it in front of the TSA agent. I was like, great, I'm going to jail. And I'm going to have to do a conjugal visit with this boy. Okay. Yeah, Mom was like, okay, fine, you can go hang out with the boy, but that's it.
From earlier, Jenny was in her school uniform. She was wearing the button-up white shirt. But in the top, like, 3 buttons where they would have been was a cutout so you could see her cleavage.
Like, okay, are you in love with your dad or what?
No, this was when she saw the dog walker the second time. I just caught that in my notes. She caught
that on purpose.
No, I'm saying, like, that's how the shirt was designed.
Oh,
the buttons weren't undone.
Then.
It must
have.
Yeah,
that's a Jay Humphrey original.
Freaking slut.
It's a little Jay original. Anyway, so Jenny does like a big old scream and runs away and slams her door. Blair and the girls are studying. Nelly's getting a massage. Blair is like, again, good friend Blair, because she is like, hey, we got SATs tomorrow. Where are you? You got to get here to study. Like, I'm just wondering how your stomach migraine is. And Nelly's like, you know what? I have to go home. I have to study. And she stands up. Blair gives the masseuse one look. Nelly Yuki has been slammed back into the massage chair. You're not going anywhere, bitch. You're tense. And at this moment, Todd Jansen shows up. Nelly Yuki's ex-boyfriend, former Flame, fan of Flo Rida.
And it is like Nelly, Cupid has arrived in the Waldorf penthouse and like,
she like flies out of the chair. She's like, do I have cushion face?
Literally, like yes. Cupid comes, takes his hands, flutters her up and towards
Yes, she's literally
Todd.
Like, she's like hard eyes coming out of her head. And Todd feels
like
bad about how things ended, so they're going to go talk.
When a cartoon would get dizzy, like, and they would have the hearts all over their head.
Yeah. So Nelly thanks Blair and leaves, and Blair has a great line. She says, and it reminds me of Stassi's line where she goes, what did she say? She's like, I have humility and self-respect, and lucky for Kristen, she is unburdened by those anchors. Or like whatever she said.
She says, I don't remember the adjectives that she's saying, and she says, thank God for Kristen, who is untethered by those anchors.
I think she says unburdened.
No, it's better because it's untethered.
Okay, I'll give
I'm
that
right
to
about
you.
that. Unfortunately, I am.
Okay, well, I've never said something like that in my life. Unfortunately, I'm right. Couldn't be. Always right, and that's not ever fortunate to be right.
It is in a conversation with you, because it's like, sometimes is it worth it?
The answer is no, because you'll regret this, by the way. But Blair's line is, lucky for us, mental acuity and common sense rarely come in the same package. And you know what they say?
I was just going to say, you know what our dad would say? All G2, no G whiz.
So this is crazy.
Is Vatican City a country?
Is this like the nail? Vanessa and Nate hung out all night. Oh my God. And wait, okay. What did they do? Did she just tell him about her sister's lesbian punk band? Or did they go see it? Because Nate says, okay, next time your sister's band is in town, I want front row seats.
I think that they went to go see it. That was my understanding.
Hey, show me that.
But I'm also like, Vanessa, you instantly become more likable if you are a lesbian, because like so much of her insufferable qualities are because they come off as male-centered. Yes.
She says to Nate, "You don't strike me as a lesbian punk fan."
And he says an unbelievable line, "You had me." I don't even want to say it.
He's like offended. And Vanessa's like, "What, you like punk?" And he goes, "You had me at lesbian." So Nate's like, "By the way, why are you doing practice tests if you're not taking the exam? This is crazy." She says, "I do it for Dan. I'm a filmmaker. Best education for me is making films."
Guys, that's a
Okay.
line I was talking about earlier when I was like, the world is her schoolyard, because I mean, guys, lines like this, I am like, at this age, Arya and her are enemies.
Oh,
They're not, they can't, and the thing is that they they're like the kind of cousins that are rivals. Like, they're best friends, but they hate each other.
yes, 100%. Arya's like, "Great, my cousin Vanessa." And she's also terrified Vanessa's going to steal Ezra out from under her.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, she's like, "Look," or he says, "I've never met anyone who thinks that college is optional," kind of a dig. And she's like, "Well, my family's artists. So yeah, we're kind of like vagabonds. Like, your family's whole thing is going to an Ivy, and my family's whole thing is a school of life." And he's like, "Okay, do your parents want to adopt a 17-year-old?" And she's like, "Nate, we can't be kissing if you're going to be my brother."
Ever heard of Dan and Serena?
Ever heard of Dan and Serena? I'm just there. Nate's like, "Yeah, they're the blueprint." So we're back at the coffee shop, and I'm like, "Why are you dropping her off here?" She's like, "I don't live here, by the way. I'm just getting my laptop." And then she has her lady in a movie moment. She's like, "This feels like that scene at the end of the night."
This is when Vanessa does get so embarrassed, and everything about her is embarrassing. But there's something specifically about, like, she hasn't had these moments.
Yeah.
Like, these like, she is still, like, she hasn't been in a relationship like that.
She's a filmmaker. She hasn't had time to date because she's watching movies so much.
Right, but it's like, you know what?
Or making them.
This isn't a Lena Dunham quote, but I think she said something along the lines of this, where it's like, you do have to live to be able to make art. Like, you have to go through things.
Yes. Oh, totally.
To write about
She's
them.
like, "Okay." And this is
So,
like
like,
canonical moment.
And it's, like, annoying to me.
Well, of course. And what's more annoying is that Nate fully kisses her on the lips and they make out. They actually make out. And I'm led to believe they freaking do it in the coffee shop. Well, I don't know that. We don't see what happens.
Wait,
but I'm like,
but Caroline,
I know it's not Nate's first freaking rodeo.
You said you were led to believe, and so I'm like, what led you to believe that?
I'm like, I get the vibe that there's sex here.
Me. Caroline is a patron walking into the coffee shop the next morning.
There was sex in here. I walk in, I'm like, never mind.
Whoever you're with is like, "Oh, great. Okay, Caroline, turn around."
And I'm like,
back to
there was sex in here.
Whoever you're with is like, "Back to the Ostroff Center we go. She's not better."
Oh, that's funny to you?
I'm just saying, you're clearly a sex addict in this.
You are literally walking on thin ice.
In this tableau, you are a sex addict, and clearly.
And, hey, Caroline, focus here. In this tableau, you are a sex addict. Actually, in this tableau, I'm a virgin who's obsessed with sex. It's different.
Oh, but still Ostroff bound, unfortunately.
I always know. Well, most virgins are. Just kidding. Anyway, okay, so Serena and Georgina are at dinner. Waitress, okay, Serena, get real. Waitress comes over and is like, "Would you guys like a cocktail?" And Serena's like, "Kinda." And Georgina's like, "Diet Coke for me." And Serena's like, "Okay, you're no fun."
Wait, but you can also read it the other way.
Phoebe, stop defending her.
I'm not. Defending Serena?
Yeah. Yeah.
The victim in when what's about to happen?
She's not a victim right now. And I will bully her until she becomes one. Okay? You can count on that. So
okay, Serena, that was Georgina coded.
Thank you. Georgina asks about Dan, and she's like, "I want to know, like, he's part of Serena Second Edition, like, fill me in." And Serena, I literally feel like we've heard Aria Montgomery say this line verbatim before. She goes, "I like the way I feel when he looks at me, like I want to believe in myself."
I think you might be right. And you know what's even worse?
What?
I think if you read that line in a less annoying way.
Twin. When is it going to end?
No, what I'm saying is...
That review wasn't enough for you, huh?
No, that is how Serena said it. But what I'm saying is that same line, if you read it differently, Hannah Marin.
Talking about Caleb, and I believe you, and I'm like, that's so sweet. Yeah. And it really is like, okay, it matters.
It's like when you watch those TikToks that are like, I'm going to read this line and I'm going to smile on this word.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do the reverse and you're going to see the impact.
And you'll see. And you'll learn how to act. Okay, now I know Phoebe's on acting talk. So Serena's like, you know what? I'm going to go call Dan. I'm going to wish him luck. And as she gets up and walks away, Georgina goes absolutely berserk crazy villain mode. Takes something out of her bag, puts it in Serena's Diet Coke. It's like, you don't mess with the Diet Coke like that.
Also, and by the way, you and me were marked safe. We would immediately know something was up.
I'm like, what the fuck is this?
This is
looks
Pepsi.
Different. This looks different.
But also, Serena is over there taking the call, and she is like...
Yeah, literally. And Dan's probably like yelling at her. And Dan's like, what the fuck are you? You're supposed to be here wishing me luck.
Actually, worse.
Anyway,
Dan doesn't
He didn't pick up,
answer.
So Georgina's like, you know what? A toast to the new Serena. Holy moly. Fast forward. Freaking fast forward. Time lapse. We wake up. Serena wakes up. She's not in Kansas anymore. She's certainly not taking the SATs. Georgina's in the room. Serena's kind of freaking out. She's late for the freaking SATs. Georgina's like, whatever, let's get eggs. Let's get eggs Benny.
I'm going to quote Mia Calabrese here for a second and say, Georgina, what did you think was going to happen?
Georgina, you shouldn't have been in this room if you ask me.
No. Like,
you know what I mean?
The fun you got to have with Serena if you were going to do this whole thing to her was last night when she was wasted.
Yes, exactly.
It's not this morning when she wakes up and realizes that you let her get wasted. That's what she's thinking. So she's being led to believe.
It makes me think that Georgina really believes that there is no Serena second edition. Serena, the old version, is in there. And that the second she has a good time with Georgina or whatever, she will just snap back. Like, it really makes me feel like Georgina is like, I want my friend back. And I know she's in there. Because I have to imagine that, like, she didn't think Serena was going to wake up and be like, how dare you?
And there's something almost sociopathic about it.
Totally. Well, because she also was like, and Serena's going to believe it when I tell her that, no, you switched to Patron and I had to cover your ass. Like, Serena's going to believe it because she knows she has it in her and I'm going to convince her that it's, like, so dark. And Georgina's like, you're welcome. Like, I didn't let you go home with one of your many suitors. Guess you haven't changed as much as you thought. And then Serena calls Chuck, again, her savior, and says she's in trouble. And she's like, I need you to keep the doors open of the test until I get there. Girl, get real.
Not how it works, my girl.
No. Vanessa and Nate meeting up again. Nate, you cannot stay away from Brooklyn.
And I am just like...
You're this obsessed?
She's
researching you for a film.
It's actually a really good question.
I wouldn't trust
one I would be asking.
Yeah.
I do think I'm not understanding where Georgina and Serena are versus Nate and Vanessa being in Brooklyn. She's late for the SAT, but they aren't. Everybody's getting there, and there's still a lot of time before the test starts.
Well,
what time is it?
I think it's more, the SAT must not have started, but Serena knows, as if you're a New Yorker,
right,
you know it takes forever to get anywhere. So I think she just kind of like, she knows she's not going to make it there. You know what I mean? I wonder if that's just what it is but also I guess they're showing us, these scenes might have been happening simultaneously, but they can't show them that way. So Vanessa's like, what are you doing here, rich boy? Didn't we say goodbye 5 hours ago? And Nate's like, I gotta take you somewhere, get somewhere to cover for work. Nate. Good guy Nate. Doesn't work like that.
And really suddenly Vanessa doesn't care to tell him that, though, which I thought was interesting.
She's the Brooklyn Breezes. Because she's... Oh my God. I was about to say it's because she's pussy whipped.
Wait. Actually, I was thinking of everything you could have possibly said. I was going to be like, okay, dicked down, like dickmatized. Like, I was like, that one, and I'm not even going to repeat it.
I guess he'd be the one who's pussy whipped.
Guess.
Anyway, Phoebe, get real. You don't know coolness. So she blows off work. Okay, so we're having a full-fledged breakfast at the Humphreys. Rufus is like, did you wish your brother good luck? Very coddle-coded. And she goes, yeah. And he's like, she goes, can I be excused? He says, no. And they're beefing big time.
And Dan
Forgot
says,
it's a Saturday. Take SATs on the Saturday.
Hey, can you just grab my jacket off of my chair? Your chair? Yeah. Oh, it's your chair. Yeah, I mean, I'll take your jacket off of the chair. It's next to me, so it's like it's not yours. It's more so it's even more so mine actually. Next to me.
Jenny's like, hey, Dad, by the way, I fucking hate you. You literally judge the Upper East Side way too hard, and I already learned my lesson. And Asher, by the way, his name's Asher. Okay, Caroline Asher's online. Asher's not like those girls. He's nice and polite.
I think we might need a computer sticker, like a sticker to put on your computer that says Asher's online.
And then we're talking about the character in Gossip Girl, so no one thinks it's weird. But wait, this line, she goes, he's not like those girls. He's nice and polite, and he likes animals. It's like, well, what's his deal with these girls? My God.
You seem to love them.
Yeah, I mean, they don't like animals, and he likes animals, Dad. And I know you can't resist a guy that likes animals. It's just so weird. And then this took me back, though. We've all had this moment where we had plans, we get in trouble, we think there's a way out. We don't cancel. So Mom finds out. Holy shit. Duck and cover. Gird your loins. It's bad news. It's bad news. I'm like, Jenny, rookie mistake. That's a little J mistake. Okay? That's not a big J mistake.
I'm dead.
Literally, he finds out she didn't cancel the date. Brings her the landline. Cancel. And I'm listening. Yeah, I'm listening in. But literally, I remember those moments where I
our mom is calling and canceling
because I still hoped I get to go.
Our mom is having us call, greet our friend, and then she's taking the phone and explaining what's happened and canceling for us.
She's not coming. Exactly. So
wait, take a look around. You're not gonna.
News flash. You're not gonna. News flash, Caroline. You're not going. You're not going. So Nate this is crazy, taking Vanessa to the SAT. Bitch, she has not slept. You guys are having raw dog sex in the coffee shop all night. She can't pass the SAT.
I hope they weren't doing that. No, but
me too, Phoebe. But this
is what Vanessa loves about Nate is that he believes in her. And so he believes that
and as a result, I am surprising myself.
Off of 30 minutes of sleep, he thinks I can score a 2400.
Literally, I'm like, I would be so pissed off. I'd be like, wait a minute, take me back to work. I'm not taking the SAT right now. I'm not registered, number one.
And number two, why would you think I wanted to do this?
So, why do you, first of all, you were just so fucking jealous that I'm not going to college. Now you're like, actually, you have to go to college, Vanessa, or we can't be together. I'm like, Vanessa, that's not part of her plan. She probably doesn't have any plan to pay for college. Why are you forcing her to go now? You're not actually twins. You're not like Chuck and Serena. I know that you were like, does your family want to adopt me? You're not twins now. So your family can't pay for her to go to college, is what I'm saying? It's so privileged. Anyway, so, yeah, she's going to go take the SAT and her hot pink Doc Martens that I definitely had. Nelly walks up to the SAT and Blair stops her. Rough night.
Because Nelly's crying.
Together. They stayed up all night rehashing it. And then she drops her calculator. Blair very sweetly picks it up for her, tells her good luck. And as she's leaving, Blair goes, good thing I believe in insurance. And we see that she has the batteries from Nelly Yuki's calculator in her hand.
I mean, guys, we've never seen a clearer picture. And I'm not even going to say Mario and Wario. This is Luigi and Waluigi of Spencer and Blair.
Oh my God, yes.
And at any given moment, they could be either one.
Totally. They're like, okay, Blair's the real Alex Drake. She's a New York accent. Like, that's the real, like, it's like we're living in a simulation. There are two worlds. Inside every man are two wolves. It's Spencer or Blair. So then Blair sees Dan and is like, where's Serena? And Dan's like, I don't fucking know, and I'm her keeper, so I've got to find out. And as he's like trying to get a hold of her, he hears somebody go, hi, I'm Serena Woodsen.
Imagine Blair is like, oh, okay, well, like if I see her or I hear from her, like I'll let you know. He's like, why would you see or hear from her first?
Why would you? But wait, have you been in contact with my girlfriend? Okay, Blair.
You have her number?
Me. All calls go through me. Now.
Think of me as her secretary.
Yeah, exactly. So we hear someone say there's Serena Woodsen, and it so isn't. Dan's like, no, you are not hot enough to be my girlfriend Serena. I'm insulted.
Wait, you're not hot enough to
her. He's like, Serena.
Not hot enough to be my girlfriend, period, is something he would have said.
Dan?
Yeah. You didn't even have to add my girlfriend Serena. You're not hot enough to be my girlfriend.
You are not hot enough to be my girlfriend. Mic drop, twin. So then they're leaving. The test is over. Blair and Dan are leaving together. Blair's calling Serena, and as she's calling Serena, she sees Nate and Vanessa getting into a town car together, and Dan also sees it. And I'm like, Dan, what right do you have to be annoyed?
Yeah, what's this feeling I see on your face?
What's this about?
Envy.
What is this feeling
green
so
with
sudden
envy?
and new? Huh?
Green with envy.
Totes. So Dan's like, you know what? I fucking know where she is. I can smell her. She's in Chuck's room. So he goes to Chuck's room at the palace, and Serena sees him through the peephole, opens the door. Serena, play it cool a little bit.
She can't.
Like, I'm okay, I guess. And Chuck is in his Easter best. This is the outfit. Multicolored pastel button down, royal purple cardigan, mustard yellow pants. Holy shit.
It's just a lot, buddy.
You were not Easter Mass. I know it.
Even if you were,
Crazy
I think one of
Don't
the
be
three,
upstaging, Jesus.
one of the three pieces may have been good for Easter, not all three together.
The button down and that's it. The rest should be burned.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible. Serena and Chuck are sticking together. They're like, we were together. I was sick again. Dan's like, I don't fucking believe you. And by the way, there's a short, ugly bitch who said she was you. And why are you trying to embarrass me like that?
And Serena turns around and she goes, twin.
Chuck. What'd you say?
No, she says twin.
She goes, twin. Twin. She's like, twin. You paid someone to take the test for me? He goes, yeah, they don't keep the doors open, bitch. like you asked. Which is
Wait, why is this kind of giving Walter White and Jesse Pinkman of like Walter being like, well, just tell them we don't have the amount of drugs they wanted and make sure they give us the amount that
twin. Jesse's like, hey, twin. Drug dealers don't listen to reason. Okay, they're on drugs. They have guns and they're on drugs.
They're not going to give us $1 million when we're short a pound.
Yeah, they're not going to like let that one go. So Dan's like, look, I'm not mad, but I'm really worried. And Serena says, we'll talk tomorrow. And then Dan leaves. And Chuck's like, twin, what does G have on you? And Serena's like, I literally can't tell you. And Chuck's like, Dan, I understand, but what is so bad you can't even tell me? And we go back to Georgie's.
I hear Aria calling. Oh, who's that? Emily calling? I think we've got a club brewing.
What's
that's
the club?
coming. Well, I don't want to spoil.
Oh, skin of a... Oh no, we are inducting you. Okay, Aria and Emily show up cloaked in the middle of the night to Serena, and they say, welcome to the club, twin. You got the skin of a killer.
they put a bag over her head and then a bowler cap over the
like,
bag.
And now you've got it. The skin of a killer.
And now here's the punishment we all have.
Keep those fingerless gloves on, twin.
I love them. Aria's like, where'd you get those? And then
it's good for no fingerprints, swear.
Aria's like, okay, I'm going to pull your mask off. You were in a sensory deprivation tank. The only thing you can see and hear is the funeral of the man you killed.
Yes. I'm playing it now. And yes, I am on a Constance Billard computer.
And
so
yes, this is preparation for the sensory deprivation tank does come apart. And yep, you are in the computer lab of your school.
And you're wearing, again, a bowler cap. We took the bag off your head, but you better keep that fucking hat on. It's now stapled to your head. Good luck. Anyway, so someone knocks on Georgina's door. It's Serena. She says, "Hiya, Georgie." She says, "I don't want you to ever contact me again." She thinks she's eating. She says, "I make huge mistakes when I'm fucking with you. And it's not about last year. It's about last night." And she has tears in her eyes. And it's like, wait, what's going on here? Wait, there's something bigger going on here. And that's obvious to me. And Georgina's like, "It's not like you're an innocent bystander." And Serena's like, "If I go down, you're going down with me." And then this amazing line from Georgina. She says, "I don't need anybody in my life who doesn't want to be there." And Serena says, "Then we're agreed." And as Georgina is pissed, packing her shit up, light bulb moment, she seems to have an idea. And I bet it's not going to be good. I bet.
It's not. It's actually pretty alarming as a viewer.
For sure. We now know what she's capable of. So even seeing her have the scheming face, it's just like, oh God, honey, gird your loins. It's like gird your loins.
Hey, Brooklyn.
Hey, Brooklyn, gird your loins. I'm in New York. Wait. This is my life.
If you have the video, every time you will know that every time Caroline does her Brooklyn accent,
I do the Jessie Buckley hung smirk. Thank you. You're right. That's how all New Yorkers look.
It's almost like she can't help it. Like it's the only way
she can't even do it without talking.
I'm the only way she can do it.
She is my life. Anyway, okay. So there's another knock at the door. We love knocking this episode, at least. Good for privacy reasons. Mom would... We're not gun owners, but if we were, oh my God, we'd all be dead. If the plans that we didn't cancel and already got in trouble for not canceling then showed up at our house, do you think Jenny told him to come, or is she actually surprised?
I think she's actually surprised.
I do too. And he is really polite. And he introduces himself to Rufus, and Rufus, you are a freaking softie.
This Rufus is really sweet, though. He's shown up with an entire bag of hot dogs.
Enough hot dogs to feed all of Brooklyn, one might say. And he's like,
wait, you guys, if everybody in Brooklyn has one bite of a hot dog and I have a dozen hot dogs, that's enough to keep you guys full for like, how long?
A few hours? I don't know what you guys eat.
A day, anyway. 2 days, a week?
My dogs would eat these My dogs would eat these dogs real quick. Anyway, so Ash is like, "Look, I wish more of my friends' parents cared enough to ground them when they screw up." And Rufus is like, "You can stay." So he does, and we have our fateful final scene. Phoebe, would you like to take it away?
Dan is in Central Park, and a dog comes, a very cute dog. What was the name of the dog?
Georgie.
Oh, yes. Now I remember. She is evil and despicable.
She's like, "Oh, Georgie," and runs after the dog. And we don't see who it is right away. We just see the dog. I think we see the back of her ponytail. And Dan, like, by the way, this isn't Love Island. He immediately starts, like, fully flirting.
I agree. 100%
He starts stripping, kind of, verbally. I would say verbally, he starts stripping.
Wait, I'm obsessed with the concept of like Caroline. Imagine she and Caroline get home from she and Anthony get home from a party, and she's like, "So it was with you earlier. You verbally stripping for the whole party."
You might as well pull them for chats with your dick out. Yeah, Dan's like
verbally stripping is so funny.
Dan's talking about his grandma's cat for some reason. Like, okay, let someone else talk. Let a woman speak for a second. You just met her, and don't put your riz on her.
Well, he's a storyteller. You can't help it.
Also, poking a hole here. If Dan is Gossip Girl, and we're led to believe they always knew that, wouldn't he know who Georgina was? Makes this sinister, I would say. Wouldn't you, Twin? Yes!
Well,
and then Georgina says, "I'm with Sarah."
Imagine what that means for, like, you know.
The implications are major.
And knowing, the thing is, perhaps Dan and Georgina are the most similar, not Georgina and Blair.
Well, they do eventually, spoiler, team up, so we'll be able to study that closely. Anywho, yeah, I wrote, Georgina introduces herself as Sarah, and Dan, sorry, but you're already cheating. Because he is. Because he is.
He is.
And okay, maybe Sarah's more your type. I'll say it. But I think you know better. All right. Who reads synopsis for next week?
You.
Okay, I will. One sec. Gossip Goyle. Gossip Goyles. That's our Halloween costume, twin. No one's going to be sick of twin. I know that, right? No one's going to be like, stop saying that. Okay, Gossip Girl Season 1, Episode 16 is called All About My Brother. Nobody is prepared for Georgina's actions after she reveals that she knows one of Serena's biggest secrets. And Blair and Jenny spread scandalous rumors about each other via Gossip Girl as their power struggle continues. Elsewhere, Dan catches Jenny's new boyfriend cheating on her, and Rufus asks Lily for some advice. Next episode goes crazy. We're kind of on like an uptick right now. Things are heating up.
I also feel like we're trying to get our way up to the season 1 finale.
Yeah, I think there are only like 18 episodes in season 1 we're close. Unless I'm wrong. I don't know.
Unless you're wrong.
Right unless I'm wrong, which is usually not the case. All right, you guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for listening on Tuesday. Hope we set the record straight with that one. Real and raw, as always. And a lot of you left us reviews. Thank you so much. If you didn't, that was my birthday wish. Please go leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. It would mean the world. Tell everyone you know about us, and we will see you next week
in Splat.